Alright, this is the first episode of my Let's Play test series for NSSS version 1.1.12. Right now, I am riding out to the middle of nowhere, also known as my redstone testing facilities. Those weren't there last time. Glad those are back. Why am I out here? Well, earlier... one moment. Sorry about that, I had an audio problem. Earlier, just before I started this Let's Play test, I designed this device, which you actually just saw in use on my rail line up there, but I thought I would show off how it works from the outside. So you launch your cart on the booster, and then it fails because you got it going too fast. That's a big problem with this. I need to figure out how to make stopping on a gap more consistent, but I can't really figure out how. Maybe I need to go review some Bob footage, and he'll just have the solution. Or I can just hold the back arrow while I'm in the cart. Interesting. So, once the cart comes to a stop here, you're presented with this control panel, featuring a button and a lever. The lever switches which track the cart is going to go down, and the button releases that cart from its holding pattern to give a boost and gets you moving again on your selected track. This is to allow for the user to stop, see and select the track with ample time, and then get moving again without having to ever leave their minecart. Now, of course, the problem with this is that about a third of the time, the minecarts will have been unloaded, and it will be something like this when you get here. And so far, I have no solution to this. I really don't know how I can set it up that on a reload, a cart will just definitely start moving, and on an unload, it will be in a position where it will be back to where it will definitely start moving on a reload. But that's a problem in progress. I think if I learn a little bit more about the cart physics, I might be able to figure out something maybe with cobwebs that could affect that. But until then, I figured I might as well keep going down the railway. But I'm actually going to head the other way, out there, because if I remember correctly, I have a project in progress over that way. So let's just flip this up so that I head back instead of forward when I leave. And let's just put these carts back on their respective rails, and hope that on my way out, slaughter time, so that I don't bump into anyone on my way out. Alright, and I've done it wrong. I really need to label that lever. Well, anyways, today, I think I'm just going to be working on extending my bridge. Not physically extending it, but extending the support beams that are currently on part of this bridge, but not all of it. And you can see that the other bridge has the same problem of some spots having support bridges, beams, and some spots being floating Minecraft nonsense. So, I just need to grab some slabs, and then I will show off the design I have, and put in... Oh, this is the problem with having so much storage, is you forget where things are. And now that I've got myself all loaded up on slabs, we can come out here. Let's get a boat up and past here, and come past here. This is a special section of beam that's being used for the minecart booster. And over here, you can see that I've gotten some of these surface parts ready, but not any of the beams in for them. So I'm going to put in these three. And then, well, then it'll probably be night, and I think, even though I don't really have a reason to, thanks to the big mob render, I'll get monster hunting, because I've heard from other players and experienced a little bit that night is just way more dense with danger and peril now. And I really want to see if that holds true. So once we've got... Damn it. See, that's my problem with the slab placement rules. Here, let me just... once I'm done placing these ones down, I'll do a quick little demo of how slab placement works. Because even though right now the only other people who are going to see this are the rest of the playtesters, someday, when 1.1.12 finally releases, we're going to have everyone else looking at this video, or hopefully this series, if I end up making it one, and I'm hoping it'll act as a tutorial. So, right here, I can demonstrate all of the ways to place a slab. So right now, I have no keys pressed, and I just press right-click, and the slab places vertical on the face of the block it's adjacent to. And you can see if I change which block I'm facing, I change where the slab places. But if I press Shift to crouch, it will place on the bottom, even if I'm aiming at this top part, it will place on the lower part. And then if I'm holding control, it will place on the upper part every time, even if I'm looking at the lower part off to the side here. And so that way, you're able to get really granular control over how you're placing the slab. My only issue is that there's no real way to, if there isn't a block here, there's no real way to force a slab to place like this. Oh, I was crouching. There's no real way to place this slab like this without having a temporary block and then removing it. And also, that if I am shifting over the edge here, I can only place slabs in the lower half. I have to let go of shift and to place slabs in the other ways I could place a slab against this wall. And that means that there's a lot less versatility and ease of slab placement when you're against a wall like that. And I really feel like in a building game like Minecraft, in a game where all of the core mechanics basically exist to keep you making stuff, that having one of the most versatile building tools be so finicky and difficult to reliably use in every situation is disappointing. It just doesn't work as well as I wish it did. I wish there was a little more finesse. My other issue is that if I were to go into the settings here, and go to controls, you can see that run is set to left control and sneak is set to shift, to left shift. But if I were to set those, say to have sneak set to, sneak can still be shift, but if I set run to R, let's say, because I hate having my pinky hurt if I try and move a distance, when I go to place a slab on the top of a block, that's another issue I'll have to get to. When I go to place a slab upside down on a block, I can crouch and place it on the lower half. Well, I'll have to get that. And I can place it normally. But if I press Control, nothing happens. Instead of being separately bound to the same actions as running as that shift and control otherwise perform, they're instead bound to the running and sprinting player state. And I feel like that's really, really bad. Like, it seems like it wouldn't be too hard to fix, but it hasn't been, so I have to assume it is harder to fix. And you can see, as I'm going out, I come to the edge, and if I were to let go of shift here, I would fall. So I have to move back in a little, till I can just barely see the edge, and then place. It's just one little extra step of difficulty. And right here, you have to sneak just over the edge, just a little bit, and get there. And it's, I don't know, it's just not as seamless as the rest of the building in the game. I feel like it's a little more of, it makes using sneaking to stay on blocks feel like a little more of a hack, a little more like how it was before sneaking was added. And I don't like it very much. I love the slab system. I mean, look at that. It's impossible to build a support beam that looks that good without either this advanced slab system or a hell of a lot of work like the support beams over there. I'll go show those off to show how I was doing it before I moved this world to the playtest. Let's see, what was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, input sticking. I'll have to wait a little bit before I can fully show it off, but it is a truly horrible bug that I'm pretty sure was introduced in this version, though it certainly, I think I might have experienced it once or twice on .11 on the previous version. And that bug, if it ever shows itself again, is basically that I will be moving around, performing inputs like walking, and there will be a bit of lag, and the game will just keep on reading my last keyboard input. And even as I put in other keyboard inputs, it'll keep that one buffered, keep that one going. And I'll just be stuck walking forward or backward or jumping or doing some other input that I wasn't trying to do intentionally. And it's really terribly annoying. I've gotten used to it, but it's definitely a bug, and I shouldn't have to get used to it. I really was hoping it would be fixed by now in the playtest, since I'm pretty sure I reported it in the first playtest version. So this over here is the support beam structure I was using before I moved to the playtest, when slabs could only be placed like this. And it basically relies on right side upstairs and fences Oh, you just saw it there. I had let go of space and kept jumping. And it clears once you open and close the menu, but it's... sometimes you're not able to do that if you're, like, in a fight or something. Anyways, I was basically entirely relying on stairs and fences to provide detailing, and it works. And these are even more interesting looking supports than those over there. But I mean, those were just so much easier to design. They look a little smoother, and I can still build supports that look like this just fine and have this interesting texture. I just also can build supports that look like that. It gives me a little more variety in my bridge designing abilities. It definitely would have made something like this easier. This is a very, I think, clunky looking build. Very classic, very in-dev feeling, without even the slabs as any sort of texture. Which is alright. I sometimes wish my builds would look a little cleaner than that. And if I'll just walk along the railway here. Oh, and as you look here, this is where I prototyped that design over there, without the little wings up top. Which I might add on here, I might not. I like having variety in how the supports on my rail systems are set up. You know, this is one of the biggest builds in my world, just by area covered. So, mixing it up for different sections is really, really valuable to me as a way to take what would have been a tedious grind and turn it into a fun design challenge where I have to build a different complicated structure each time. Let's see. We're almost at the top, almost by the Great Tower here. And if I were to turn up my render distance, we should be able to see... is it one more? Or does that cycle me back to nothing? It's one more. In a minute, once I get up to the Great Tower, I'll stop and turn around. We should... let's stand up here on our empty return. Just past our Great Farming District and Death Pillar. Eventually, once the loading of the world catches up, we should get the full distance of my base into view. I've built pretty extensively here, but not quite so extensively that it doesn't all fit in the ultra-long render distance. Over there's the lighthouse. There's the Cobbleman, inspired by Vita's great design. All the way off that way is the covered section of bridge. That one was a great design. We'll have to get up close with that later in this video, or maybe in the next video. And just past, it's hidden behind the mob grinder, but there is another set of towers over there. I bet if I were to go to the top of the white tower, we should be able to see it. This great tower, this one was a great, big, expensive build made of all this stone and glass. Lots of time at my furnaces, waiting. I should really finish out the bookshelves up here. I have a whole stack extra. I just haven't gotten to it, I guess. And just past here, we've got... At the top of the tower. There we go. Now you can see, way off in the distance, that second tower. And it looks like it's just out of render distance. Oh, nope, it's coming into view now. Is the bridge, which I still need to detail the underside of, to another tower at the end of its run. So you can take the you can take the minecarts all the way from this great tower over to my skeleton spawner, then to my main island, my redstone testing zone, and then all the way along that great big bridge to that tower where my new mine is. My old mine is sunk into the ocean in the main island complex, but it's not. I don't really like going down there anymore, and I really liked the challenge of having my new mine be both functional and aesthetically pretty. And I'm really excited about it as a building project, so I'm probably going to spend most of my mining time there. I might have a whole Let's Play if I ever have a big thing I want to talk about set in that mine. But for now, we're not doing Let's Plays. We are doing a Let's Play test. Which means that in the nice, relatively short summertime night, we are going to hop out of my gatehouse and fight some monsters. I'll probably be staying in the light because, again, I've seen that monster swarms tend to get pretty big and nasty on this new update. Oh, and here you're getting the full quivered experience of... stuck bug. Hate it when that happens. Getting the full quivered experience with the adventure update bows. Let's try and hit that zombie. And there. Got him. 2. And 3. Yeah, I'm not too worried about wasting arrows since I've got a big skeleton spawner over that way. And my big mob grinder that way. You know, I should knock down the render distance a bit for performance, since I'm not really taking in those great big vistas anymore. And let's see how those new monstrous swarms are holding up just from afar here. Oh, cricket sounds. I hadn't noticed those. Oh, right. I should get close and see. No fireflies tonight. That's odd. I think they should be happening every night. I don't know. I've had really inconsistent appearance rates with those so far, even on the multiplayer server for playtesting. They've been kind of rare in showing up. Oh, he's coming at me. Can I get him before he gets me? Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Oh no. Did I hear another one? Ugh. Just got close enough for his sounds to get in, I guess. Oh, that's a skeleton right outside the walls. Gotta go deal with him. Alright, let's go get a shot in that. Oh, 2 of them. He's out. That's nice. Okay, that one's down. Oh, that's a nice big spawning horde. This is like a 1.1.11 night, but these guys are just spawning from not quite fully lit spots. That's really impressive. I am surprised by the variety and size of... Oh, can I get him? I will say the strong bows tend to make it easy to I guess, scare off monsters like creepers, since you can knock them back while moving backwards, and that will get you out of their targeting range. So it's really easy to just stay back in the light here and pick off basically a whole horde of monsters, all from afar. Even when a creeper... Now this one's going to get too close to me if he ends up that hill, so... Let's see, is he still targeting me? I don't know. I saw him going towards me. Then I lost him when I moved under the hill. Should be below me if he's here. I don't... Oh, there he is. Hiding in a patch of snow. There we go. Oh, what's the arrow? should be safe to come down here. Ooh, pick up some extras. Get one that bounce. Oh, ooh, that guy's... Oh, two of them. And right there, what you just saw, the big jittering, was the stuck bug. It sometimes happens moving between certain areas. There's a couple movement-related bugs that I really hope we can be rid of by the time .12 releases. The stuck bug, gosh, I think that's been in the game since, like, 1.1.10. That's ancient. I really wish that would go away. Well, would you look at that? In my thirst for blood, or I guess gunpowder, I've brought us all the way to the Cobble Pig. Say hello to the Cobble Pig. I figured the Cobble Man might be a little lonely, being the only statue in my world, so I figured I'd start building some statues of other mobs. I'm gonna have to get one of these now, little guys, at some point, but for now, just the 2 statues is enough. I really wanted to go to something other than mob statues for a bit. They're kind of tedious when it comes to getting like perfect proportions and lining everything up. It's a hard build, even if it isn't very resource intensive. I got 4. That's enough to replace my shoes. Alright, from here, I could go all the way around to that gatehouse, or, since it's summertime, I could just get straight in the water and head home. Now, you've noticed, it's the middle of summer, but there's still snow on the ground. For those of you who are watching this video in the not-too-distant future, in the current playtest version, snow and ice, basically weather blocks, seasonal blocks that are affected by block light, but not close enough to be melted by it, are in this current version of the playtest being, they stay unmelted by seasonal changes, which is not the greatest thing to have happen. It's a little annoying. I really hope that gets worked out. Coming back to this island, for a little bit on the backstory of this world, this island is the place where I actually spawned. This is where the world started. I spent a lot of time dredging beaches because I really wanted this look of having this big walled-in underwater section, very much like the Empire from, if you've seen it, from Grian's Evo SMP series. I've been very inspired by that build. We can actually head out, since we're basically just wandering around my world at this point. Can head out a little later in the video, and I can show off the garden that's sunken into the ocean, which is much more directly inspired by that build. Oh, and here you can see this is where my mine is. This started as me building out and clearing out water on the way to what used to be an ocean dungeon. You can see another one was right there. I still need to clean that up and get those sponges. But yeah, that's my old mine. And this coming up right here is... this here is the sunken garden. I need to get some more bone meal in here, and I want to get all the sections of the ground covered in flowers, but I just thought, wouldn't this be great, especially for when winter comes, when seasons are in, to have a little, pleasant underground underwater area, secluded from the weather and cold of the world, and with this really great sort of magical view of the world around it through these big glass big glass walls. Oh, and up there's the Neither portal, where we can go to the Neither, but we won't be going there today, because at this point I should probably pick up some more cobblestone and get back to finishing bridge pieces. Okay, and hop. So I've been thinking about this this Let's Play test series, that either I can make it all just continuations on this this world that I started almost a year ago at this point, or I can alternate between this world, the playtesting server, and maybe a new world that's made in 1.1.12 to show basically the full experience of what playtesting is like. I'm not sure. If you're a playtester who ends up seeing this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I think that would be great. And if you're a person in the future, you'll pretty much already know what happened, because you won't be seeing this video till the playtests are long over. Oh. Oh. Nope. Oh. 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 Happened again. Oh. Nope. There we go. Now, I don't think the slab system is all bad. I think there's a lot of situations where you don't even really need the shift and control options to control slab placement, that you can basically do it all based on just what adjacent thing you want the slab to be up against. But it's a little limited, like right there, where sometimes you gotta be real careful about sneaking onto the edges of blocks, but not all the way, and then placing. It's not that much harder. I just think it's a little bit of extra friction that really isn't necessary, and I think if it can be avoided, it really should. I would really like to see that amended somehow, even if I'm kind of blanking on specific ideas on how I would improve it. Other than, I don't know, maybe just like let me bind the slab management keys directly, as opposed to kind of hackishly tying them to the player being running or sneaking. I think that would be that would be a really big portion of the fix, is just to make it so that I can crouch and place any kind of slab at the same time. I understand it's intuitive as the base mode, and I'm fine with it being the default, but I think there should be an option to change it, especially when just about every control in the game is rebindable at this point. Man, I lost that slab. Let's see, 1, 2... Gosh, that's a lot. How about we just finish one more, and then I will sign off this little Let's Play test and move on to some other thing. Oh boy. You know, I'm kind of worried about this video idea, just like as an idea, because, I mean, you know, it's a dumb thing to be worried about, especially when I'm not you know, I'm nowhere near being in the partner program or anything, and I'm not, like, going to make any money off of this, so it doesn't really matter. But, you know, I like it when the numbers go up, and releasing this video, I don't know, potentially months, with how slow 1.1.12 development has been so far, possibly even years before anyone's even going to see it, might not be a great choice. But hopefully this video's been a good showcase of one playtest mechanic of the slabs and how the placement system works for them and how you can use the new slab type, the new ways of placing them in your build, and to improve existing builds in this case. I could actually go back and show that there's one section of this big bridge structure where I didn't even change anything other than just putting slabs on the edges of a pre-existing structure. And that they're really, these versatile slab placements are really a great way to increase the variety of building without any sort of block bloat. Oh no. Ooh. I may have to remove that until... The one problem with the slab system is that the culling isn't quite perfect, and sometimes parts of slabs will not render, which should, and you can see right through them. If I actually go up there, since it's right past the thing I'm about to show you. Yeah, this is where I just threw some slabs on the top of a pre-existing build to improve it. Oh, see? More stuck bug. So if I come up top here, oh wow, that's... Oh god. How did I not notice that? Well, from directly above, it looks fine, but I just don't think I can accept having a big gaping hole into nothing in my bridge. That's a little too alien for me. Oh right, I guess I'm not quite done with this video because I wanted to show off the other section of bridge. This January I posted a little world tour. Well, it's not much of a tour, there's no commentary, but a little world runaround video on this railway. But I don't think that got a very good look at the bridge that we started out on, so might as well. Oh, and here, see, you can't really stop the cart. Here you can see the track picker. Oh. See, this is the problem with these things, is that boosters are fun, but they're not really reliable. And I really wish they were more reliable. So yeah, as we come up here past the lighthouse, we can get a really good look, and I'll probably hop down to take you up to the hill to show you, since... Oh, it's not sundown, it's sun up. Well, in that case, we'll get to the end, and I'll show you from the end, because there's a lot of... Shit. There's a lot of unlit territory under here that I'm not getting close to. I mean, you saw the previous night. It's not pretty down there. Here, look, we can even see... Oh, nothing spawned here yet, but... such is coming to a new area. Oh, down there, that's a very recent addition. I put in a little dock over here, which I've been meaning to do for a while. Oh my god, they're already spawning in. And if we just come on over here, past this empty booster. Oh, someone's growling. Oh, he's growling. Oh, he can get to me too. Ooh, scary. Oh no. See, and that is what happens when inputs get stuck. Let's just drop that down. And hook. Get back up here. Oh, here's the Nether portal. I guess we did come here in this video. As you can see, it's just a bit of wool. But it looks very lit, very Nether portal-ish thanks to these two torches next to it, and from afar you might not notice. Which is, I guess, the joke of the Nether portal. I first saw one of these on the original playtesting server for 1.1.11. It got me. I really forgot for a second that the Nether isn't in NSSS, and that there are no Nether portals. Oh, this one's incomplete because there wasn't enough space, but you can see down there, that's the base of this bridge's support structure, and that's the top, and it's basically just stone. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4 stone, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone on the sides, and a bit of fence. But it looks pretty decent, I think, especially from afar, which is how you're mostly going to be viewing it. I mean, this is an unusual angle to be viewing the bridge from. I think those hold up really well. I'm probably not going to go back and change them, partially just because they're really hard to get to, especially when not all of my playtime is in summer with big long days anymore. Let's drop some torches in the middle here. I really hate this lagging snow. It's very annoying. It's not really safe over here. Let's just hop in the water, and you can get a good view from here of what the bridge looks like with its supports and the covered canopy. It's a pretty nice design, I think. I spent a lot of time making it. I spent a lot of time building the thing. It's a truly colossal project. It is the heart of this world in terms of playtime. Even more so than, say, the mob grinder over there. It is, it was a lot. And over here, from the lighthouse, you can get another view of it. This lighthouse was mostly just an attempt at building something that looked a little different from the bridge, because I felt like breaking up the very medieval-ish look. I think it's pretty blatantly obvious that this is a lot more inspired by the lighthouse in the Pokemon games on the Game Boy than it is by any real building. I hope you'll forgive that. But yeah, from up here you can get a really great view of the whole span of this section of bridge. And I'm really unsure of what to do design-wise on that lower section. I might make my next Let's Play test a designing video of figuring out how to make a tileable bridge section that I can just plop into there. Especially since the torches are not laid out regularly, they're kind of just every once in a while, so I don't really know the exact length of that bridge in terms of torches. Oh look, it's already sunrise. Well, with that sunrise, I think I'm going to be ending this video. I guess one last thing I can show you is this big quarry over here, which I was using for a while just because I wanted to get rid of this island and make it interesting. And it's just a big hole. It just goes down. Not all the way to bedrock yet, but it's probably one I'll put all the way to bedrock instead of, like, stopping at Y13, since I'm not really going to be mining from that. I have 2 other places to do my mining from. But who knows? It's all up to change. It all could change. I guess if you're another playtester and you're watching this video, I'm open to suggestions on things to do with this world, because I'm having fun. I have some ideas, but I'm not quite fully there in terms of every idea, and I'd love to know what y'all's input is. And you know, if you're not a playtester, that means that more videos in this series are out, and you can go watch them and maybe comment on the most recent video with something you think I should do with my worlds. Alright, well, I don't really know how to do a sign-off. I'm not some professional YouTuber, so goodbye.